How important do you think this camp is in preparing the players that are in it and in the other 23s that will follow for the upcoming season? How much of an edge will it give you getting a little bit of play in today rather than when NWSL opens?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you can get touches on the ball, especially in an environment like this, it's the most intense environment you can probably put yourself in. So um, it's nice to be able to be here and, be getting ready for 2022. And I think everybody here is going to go into preseason for NWSL probably looking pretty sharp.
Thank you, Sean. Moving on to Jason Anderson. Go ahead, Jason.
Hi, Kelley. Thanks for speaking with us.
No problem.
I'm kind of along the same lines as Sean's question. Coming out of, you have your off season, you're kind of trying to stay fit, and then you come into a camp. U.S. camp is obviously super intense every single time. How do you set yourself up, especially now with COVID, to be at your best this early in the year, where you don't have the big club environment for a couple of months to work on those things?
Yeah, I think that comes down to creating the right environment in your, wherever your off season is, whether it's in market where you play with the team or, it's another city. But I think it's as players, you just have to figure out a way to create an environment that's going to allow you to train so that when you come into national team camp, you're ready to go. I know I've done that in DC. I know players in all different cities have done that. So yeah, it's not easy, but it's also not that long of an off season. Like you get 2 weeks off really completely, and then you're going at it again. So it's really just about creating that environment that's going to get you ready.
And as a kind of a related follow up, when you talk to some of the younger players, whether it's, obviously you've got some young club teammates that are there with you, and then you've got other younger players that are in this camp. When you maybe talk to them about what they need to be doing to set themselves up coming in and thriving in a U.S. camp, are there any specific things that you're like, this is maybe a thing that you wouldn't have thought of until you really experienced it?
I don't think I've had any conversations specifically like that. I don't know if you mean in terms of like how you're training at home or like just in general what this environment is like.
Yeah, it can be either. It's a pretty broad question. Anything that you feel like for them they might not be 100% aware of until they've actually kind of jumped into the deep end, so to speak.
I mean, again, I haven't had specific conversations. Obviously, Trin, Ash, they're both here. They're younger players. Hatchie, not as much as a young player as them, but newer to this environment. And I've always just told them like you just have to bring your best every single day. It's about like starting here and staying here, and this environment, this team requires that day in and day out, and it's about consistency and it's about intensity and it's about like striving for excellence. So I think that's kind of just what I tell them. I'm just like, be prepared, be ready. You're gonna feel probably a little uncertain and feel like you're out of your comfort zone, but you get the hang of it eventually.
Great, thanks.
All right. Anyone else has a question, please raise your hand. We're going to go to Zach Smith from here in Austin. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, thanks. I actually want to ask about Austin, if that's okay. I know that you're in the Austin FC facilities a lot more now than you were when you were here back in June. And I know you're not maybe able to experience very much or explore very much right now, but even in the little bubble that you're in, can you kind of feel the growing passion that the city has for soccer? And would you mind this being a more regular stop on kind of the rotation?
I would not mind having this be a regular stop on the rotation. I love Austin. I think it's a super fun city. We played here last summer before the Olympics, and it was an awesome environment. I loved playing at that stadium. Now we get to train at their facility. They've created a great professional environment here. So yeah, I would say absolutely you can count on me putting in a vote for Austin.